In this week's Java with Jamie, I got to sit down with Mark Manson, who nearly a decade ago wrote The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Bleep. He wrote it in his 30s, and now that he's in his 40s, he's reflecting and connecting in new ways. Usually I just do a coffee cheer. Here, we'll do a spoon cheers.
There you go. Cheers.
Thank you for having Java with Jamie.
Of course, my pleasure.
Ooh, this is dense. I have cheesecake and coffee at Monica Cafe in Santa Monica with the man who built a career telling millions of people to stop chasing comfort with the self-help book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Bleep.
So it's being the guy, being the blank guy, the F-word guy. Mm-hmm. It lands a little different when you're 40-something than it does when you're 29, 30.
How so?
Well, you're just not cool. Like, have you ever seen the meme of Steve Buscemi? He was like, hello, fellow kids, with the skateboard? Like,
how do you do, fellow kids?
What?
I kind of feel like that sometimes. Like, I'm like the middle-aged guy who's like trying to fit in and be cool with the young people.
The scrappy blogger who once wrote about dating disasters and life confusion is now one of the most recognizable voices in modern self-help. While his messaging now may feel more grown up, the core is still the same.
I came to the conclusion that a lot of that stuff was BS, and it was actually like I started to notice ways that it was backfiring in my life because it just made me, I was chasing a lot of superficial comforts. And in the meantime, I was missing out on a lot of deep, valuable things that required sacrifice and required like a certain amount of struggle and commitment to enjoy.
Now, Mark Manson's focus has shifted to AI. His advice these days, don't ignore it, learn it.
You know how like when a tsunami is coming, like on the horizon, it looks like a small wave?
Right.
And I feel like we're in the small wave part. I think everybody's kind of looking at the horizon, they're like, oh look, there's a wave coming. And it's like, no, that's like 100 feet tall.
I also think people are staring, looking at it, and like a tsunami sometimes, you're going to get mesmerized by it and not move.
Yes, yeah. And in this case, it's like, I don't think running away is an option. You know, I think it's, to keep this metaphor going, I think people need to learn how to surf it. And one of the conversations I've just been having a lot lately with people is like, you have to get good at this. You have to get good at it. It's not going anywhere.
That belief led him to launch an AI company called Purpose, designed to challenge users rather than simply validate them.
So many people, my friends and family, were going to ChatGPT with life questions, kind of treating it like a therapist or a coach. And I thought that was really interesting. And so I went to ChatGPT. I started asking it a bunch of life questions. And the answers were not very good. It's the traditional AIs, they tend to be yes men. They tend to tell you whatever you want to hear. And so the goal with Purpose was to actually build an AI that does that actually like challenges some of your assumptions, pushes back on some of your beliefs, and looks for kind of the underlying blind spot behind the issue instead of just trying to make you feel better about the issue itself.
Manson's used the app himself to look at his life differently and recently went through his own personal changes. He quit drinking after what began as a short health reset.
And I was like absolutely shocked how much of an effect it had on my like mood each day, my emotions, my motivation, my energy, my sleep. So yeah, I just haven't drank since.
He says the harder part wasn't the alcohol, it was the identity shift.
Being bored in places that I used to not be bored. Being bored with people that I used to not be bored with.
Another area Manson learned needs growth, all of our online selves. He says we're living in two realities, the algorithm's version of the world and the one we actually walk through every day.
Everybody seems to think everything is wrong all the like if you get online, if you get on Facebook or Twitter, it seems like the world is ending every single day. And then you come out to a coffee shop and you like hang out and you talk to some people and you're like, actually things are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like things are okay.
People are okay.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Humans are generally nice.
Yeah, everybody's nice. Everything's fine.
And the place he's now feeling the most fine, in Los Angeles, after he and his wife moved here permanently 5 years ago.
I love it. I would actually say that I personally think Los Angeles brings the best out of me.
I love that. I love thinking that Los Angeles is what brings the best out of him.
Well, I also like, because I'm in my 40s, and I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting that in his 30s, he wrote this book about not caring, because usually that comes in your 40s.
Right.
But then he's basically saying, now I realize that the things I thought mattered in my 30s don't really matter. So he's making that kind of adjustment too.
And I think that's the point, is that we're always going through evolution, right?
Right.
Like life is a journey. You are going to change. And I like how he just cuts through things so simply. So he actually, I think it's so funny, he started as a guy who would give dating advice to other men, and now is now using this app, this AI purpose, to help people kind of learn about themselves and be better.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah,
That was
fun.
interesting, Jamie. Thank you.